وَيُرْسَلُ الْمَلَكُ فَيَنْفَخُ فِيهِ الرُّوحُ. And then the angel is sent and he blows into this embryo the spirit, the ruh, which was there in the cold storage. And now he is a human being. Before that, the embryo was living. It was not dead. Even the spermatozoa is not dead. The ovum coming from the mother is not dead. They are living organisms. And for these 20 days, it was living, but it was animal existence only. But then, when this spirit has been blown into it, joined together, we don't know how. Up till now, we don't know how life is attached to our body. What's the point of contact? Life. What is life? It is connected with which organ of ours? We don't know. So this combination of animal being plus the spiritual being, we can't say how it is. But it is there, the two animal being and then the spiritual being. Then what happens at death? What came from the clay goes to the clay. Whether you burn the dead body, incinerate it, or you just bury it, whatever you do, it goes. From where it came, it goes back. But the spirit, and not only the spirit, the essence of the life of this individual, along with that spirit, goes to God. You know, there's a very important ayah of Quran, which we recite whenever something bad, some calamity occurs to us. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We belong to Allah, God. We have come from Him. Who's that we? Not our animal being, but our spiritual existence. Wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And we are going to return to Him. What happens at death? And this is now the second death. I quoted the ayah, Rabbana amattana snatayn. You put us to death twice. Once when we were spirits only, you put us to death. And then, when we were born in this world of matter, along with the body, again after some time you put us to death. And this is the second death. And now will come the day of resurrection. That will be second revival. Amatta nasnatain wa ahyayta nasnatain. You put us to death twice, and then you revived us twice. And after that, now I have given so many lines why. Now the human beings will be separated into different groups, either to hell or heaven. And again here I write to eternity. But I have put a question mark. According to the general and orthodox belief, the hell and heaven both are eternal, eternal, never to end. But there have been some scholars. Interestingly, two scholars who are dead against each other, Ibn Arabi and Ibn Taymiyyah, they both think that the hell will come to an end at some time. Very long period, but it will come to an end. But the heaven will remain forever and ever and ever. And from among our mystics, they say that these arwah of the people who are in heaven will eventually go and merge with divinity, with the person of God. But these two things are not the main concept or belief of the Muslims. It is hell and heaven both eternal. So now one point more, and then I proceed to the second point. These two beings of human being, the animal being, body plus life, and a spiritual being, they are absolutely independent of each other and full personalities. Now our animal being, it has its own sources of knowledge. The external senses, we get the sense data, and this brain here processes the data, and we infer, and we understand something. Then it is put to memory in this computer of brain. So we see with these eyes. This is our animal sight. We hear with these ears. This is our animal hearing. We think with this brain. This is our animal thinking. The ruh or the spirit, it has its own eyes. It sees without these eyes. It hears without these ears. It contemplates and thinks itself, not through this agency of the brain computer. There are many ayat of the Quran which tell this. فَإِنَّهَا لَا تَعْمَى الْأَبْصَارُ وَلَكِنْ تَعْمَى الْقُلُوبُ الَّتِي فِي الصُّدُورِ in Surah Hajj. These eyes don't get blind. The infidels, the opponents of Muhammad, Allah's grace and peace be upon him, they were not blind of eyes. They were blind of their spirits. وَلَكِنْ تَعْمَى الْقُلُوبُ الَّتِي فِي الصُّدُورِ. Because the spirit, its abode is our heart. For the animal being, it's a pump which is pumping the blood. But the spiritual being, for the spiritual being, it is the abode that is there, dwelling there. So these spirits can see, they can hear without these eyes and ears. And it thinks. لَهُمْ قُلُوبٌ لَا يَفْقَهُونَ بِهَا. Quran says they have hearts because ruh is in the heart. That is the abode. So we have given them the ruh, the qalb, but they are not contemplating with it. This is not this eye, this is not this brain. This is the sight and the hearing and the contemplation of heart, or we may call it spirits. So this is actually the existence of human beings being composed of two elements. The animal, let me quote here a Persian couplet of Sheikh Sadi, the sage and poet, Persian sage and poet. Admi zada turfa ma'junast, as farishta sarishta was haywan. This human being is a very strange type of mixture. In it we have an angel as well as animal. The animal is our animal being, coming from clay. Its desires and lusts, they take us down. But the ruh, spiritual being, came from God, and it wants to be nearer and nearer and nearer to God. There is a pull within ourselves. These two beings, they are at dagger ground. The animal being, the id or libido, they want to take us to the lusts and pleasures of this world, taking us to the clay. But the spirits, they want to take us high up, nearer and nearer and nearer to God. Now, another diagrammatic representation. Two forms of human knowledge. And here I have quoted a saying of Ibn Khaldun, the great historian and the philosopher of history and sociology. Al-ilmu ilman, ilmu al-abdan wa ilmu al-adyan. Knowledge is of two kinds. Knowledge of the physical bodies physical world, physical objects.